back after anyone in the history of mankind couldn't have come back faster from the torn ACL and MCL he has. MJD, well, he's just back after a holdout. Second quarter, Jaguars ball leading 3-0. Blaine Gabbert looking for Laurent Robinson, who has been invisible this preseason, but gets him right here. 26-yard gain. That would lead to a Mercedes Lewis 1-yard touchdown. Jags lead 9-0. Extra point would be blocked, and as always, blocked extra points always come back to haunt you. 2 Vikings possessions later, Adrian Peterson runs up the middle, a 5-yard touchdown. Vikings trail at halftime 9-7. Who would have recommended not to play him in fantasy? I can't believe anybody would have said that. Third quarter, Vikings ball, same score, 1st and 10. Here goes Peterson again, 19-yard gain, down to the 25-yard line. Again, who would say don't play Adrian Peterson in fantasy? 5 plays later, 2nd and goal from the Jaguars 2. It's a 2-yard touchdown for Peterson. He's a must start. I don't know anyone who would have said don't play him in fantasy. Vikings lead it by the score of 14-9. Fourth quarter now, Jags ball trailing 20-15. 1st and 10 from their own 24. Gabbert finds Cecil Shorts for 21 yards. Remember that name, Cecil Shorts. 4 plays later, 4th and 3. Gabbert looking for Justin Blackmon. Big catch by the rookie, a 10-yard gain, 1st and 10 from the 39. Gabbert looking again, going deep up top. Cecil Shorts for the 39-yard touchdown. 23-20, the Jaguars lead. Suddenly, Blaine Gabbert's good. Who knew? Take another look. Cecil Shorts beating Chris Cook the way he does. I mean, this is just a huge go for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who would have thought they could have been in this position to win a game so early in the season? But yet here they are. Cecil Shorts will be on everybody's fantasy list on Monday. But ensuing Vikings possession, 1st and 10 in their own 31, 14 seconds left. Christian Ponder, Devin Aromashodu. First down to the 43-yard line. Couple of plays later, Blair Walsh from 55 yards. This is not going to happen. The Jaguars are going to win. Oh, no, wait a minute. Shades of Ryan Longwell. And it's good. 23-23, we go to overtime. Vikings ball, and you know they're going to give it to Adrian Peterson. Again, why would you sit him in fantasy? Who would have ever said things like this? 21 yards on the run. Adrian Peterson looks pretty good to me. 5 plays later, Blair Walsh is out again, but this one's just from 38 yards to the gimme. I think he actually kicks it with his left foot. 26-23, Vikings lead. So, new NFL rules, overtime. Jaguars get the ball back. They're faced with a 4th and 3. Gabbert looking for Laurent Robinson. The Vikings win. It's a thriller, 26-23.
Texans in Jacksonville coming off a Week 1 victory at home against Miami.
Don't try that at home, people.
The
There's
head
no reason to be doing that. Yeah, stop that. Brian Cushing, stop that.
Matt Schaub's favorite receiver on the day was actually tight end Owen Daniels, open for a first down.
Owen loves his quarterback.
Yeah, he does. You got the wrong tight end.
Oh, that's right.
But the passing game in Houston, guys, is really a supplement to the running game. Ben Tate, delayed draw, 26 yards.
Two-headed monster. The best back in the league, if you ask me. Arian Foster, now he's coupled with a great backup in Ben Tate who can do the job himself.
Well, let's continue the superlatives. Texans are the best team in the AFC.
I agree.
When they stay healthy.
Yeah, that's always the case, but that can be said for
and when they stay in bounds.
It was ruled that he stepped out, but they
I see some green.
I see a little green.
Oh, that one's good. Yeah.
Ruled a touchdown. Houston on top, 10-0. The best team in the AFC, according to Tom Waddle.
No doubt. You heard it here.
Back to the ground, and the best running back, Arian Foster, touchdown.
Foster, great job seeing the cutback lane.
Is there any doubt that's the best one-two punch in the league?
And it also is great because the scheme fits what they do the best.
Yep.
10-0 now. Schaub finds Arian Foster, can also catch it out of the backfield.
You know what? Schaub has such a great ability to see the field. He completed passes to 8 different receivers. Wow. He doesn't take unnecessary risks.
2 good running backs. We've already seen Ben Tate with 1 touchdown. Now he has 2, and Houston making it look easy, 17-zip.
And once again, we're showing the Houston offense. But I think if you look deep into this game, it's the Houston defense that outshines their offense.
And you also see Blaine Gabbert going 7 out of 19.
And we talked in the previous game about the effort, getting to the football. This Houston Texans team never lacks effort. Always around the football, 3 or 4 players at all times.
And what bothers Gabbert most of all, we saw that
pressure.
last year, and pressure.
But that's just a bad throw.
Yeah.
I mean, just overthrow.
Last week he was good against the Minnesota Vikings. He showed
did a nice
progress.
job. He was a lot better than he was
progress.
last year. As we watch him struggle right here, guys, a couple numbers to think about. Jacksonville 0 for 9 on 3rd down.
Run right into me. Thank you.
How about 117 yards of total offense?
Oh, my God.
Total.
I have a bigger stat. How about time of possession? On the road, Texans 43 minutes, Jaguars 16.
Oh, my God.
Felt like 60-0.
Here's a play. Blaine Gabbert finding Maurice Jones-Drew. He finds a way to come back.
That's an outstanding play, but you don't want to make your living doing that.
No. Don't they say a broken clock is right twice a day?
Yes. Yes.
So everyone can get lucky.
El Shaw, meanwhile, just steady, not spectacular today. Garrett Graham for 15.
Just keep distributing the football to different open receivers. Don't take any unnecessary risks and allow your running back tandem to do the heavy lifting.
Ben Tate, third touchdown run of the day. Texans leading 24-7. More Blaine Gabbert struggling. Third down and 17. I mentioned that they were 0 for 9 on the day. Well, not only did they fail to convert into first down.
Where's that going?
Yeah, where is that going?
And he gets hurt on this one,
Blaine
correct?
Gabbert injured on this play. Injured his leg, did not come back to the game, and Chad Henne would come in to finish.
Insult.
This is a huge step up in class for the Jags. There's no shame in losing to the Houston Texans at all.
27-7, the final. This a number of ways. Blaine Gabbert, 7-19, 0 for 9, third down. A little over 100 yards total offense. A lot of ways to look at Jacksonville's struggles. Meanwhile, Houston just solid and efficient, doing what they do. Strong ground game.
Jaguars and the Colts. Blaine Gabbert starting after injuring his glute last week, though those glutes are tough. Andrew Luck looking for a second win, opening Colts drive, trailing 3-zip, first and 10 from the Jags 40. Luck throws a missile deep right to T.Y. Hilton, who everybody started in fantasy. He checks into the end zone for a 40-yard touchdown. See what I did there? Checks in, Hilton, touchdown. I'm on fire already. 7-3 Colts. Second quarter, same score. Andrew Luck throwing to Mewelde Moore, who 1 is still in the league and 2 is in the end zone for a 4-yard touchdown. Colts up 14-3. Third quarter now. Same score. Jaguars first and 10 from their own 41. Maurice Jones-Drew. Looks like an innocent handoff up the middle, but not with MJD. 59 yards later, he is in the end zone for a touchdown. Celebrate early, Maurice. Hold the ball up there. Yay! At the 5-yard line, I'm in. He sets a franchise record for rushing touchdowns with his 63rd. And MJD gets extra bonus points because I'm sure he played himself in fantasy. Nice job, Maurice. 2 Colts possessions later, same score, first and 10. Luck looking for Reggie Wayne. Instead, he finds Paul Posluszny. Posluszny says, I'm not going to get very far here because I'm a linebacker. Hey, DeJuan Landry, you take it. Jags take over in the Colts 45. It led to a Josh Scobie 47-yard field goal. Cut the lead 14-13. Andrew Luck, not happy. Fourth quarter now. Colts are trailing 16-14. First and 10 from the Jaguars 47. Luck looking left. Scrambles to get out of the way. Runs out of bounds after a 10-yard gain. But wait a minute. Here comes a flag. Unnecessary roughness on Jaguars' Russell Allen. Take another look at this one. Russell Allen shoves Luck. He's out of bounds by 3 feet, which is 1 yard. Colts now take over in the Jags 22. 4 plays later, it's Adam Vinatieri for the 36-yard field goal. It's up and it's good. Oh! Vinatieri misses. The first miss of his career. All right, not really, but it seems like the first miss. Jaguars remain ahead, 16-14. After a Jaguars punt, next Colts possession. Time running out. Luck throws deep middle to Donnie Avery. Long and just incomplete. Watch this again. Dwight Lowry comes in late to defend Hilton, but borderline interference. I'm going to hit you in the helmet and see what happens. Luck wanted the flag. Didn't get it. Colts had to punt. Ensuing Jags drive, trying to ice the game. 3rd and 9 from their own 21. MJD up the middle for no gain. Jags would have to punt. Colts get the ball back. And actually, the fun was just starting. They take over their own 33, 1st and 10. Luck dumps it short left to Donald Brown. Look at Donald Brown. Oh, it looks like he's at UConn playing against Syracuse. 39 yards to the Jaguars' 28-yard line. 4 plays later, Adam Vinatieri on to redeem himself. He doesn't miss 2 in a row, does he? Not Adam Vinatieri. Here's the kick. It's up. It looks a lot like the last one, except this one whispers inside the left upright. Colts up 17-16. That's it, right? A minute left. Blaine Gabbert's not going to get all the way down the field. That's not going to happen. Andrew Luck, we're going to talk all great things and write poetry about him, but Blaine Gabbert to Cecil Shorts. Every other week, Cecil Shorts is a hero. 80 yards for a touchdown. Jaguars take the lead 22-17, but the Colts aren't done. They get all the way down to the 26-yard line. Fourth down, or final play of the game. Luck throws deep, looking for Reggie Wayne. Incomplete. The Jaguars win at 22-17. Luck, 313, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Blaine Gabbert, 155 and a score for the winning Jaguars.
Late game finals, Cincinnati and Jacksonville. From Jacksonville, that's Ed Hockley. It's a good sign.
Biceps, curls,
Officials are back. Second quarter, Jaguars ball down 3-0. First and goal, Blaine Gabbert. Play action, Mercedes Lewis back of the end zone. Touchdown, Jags.
That's pretty, huh?
It is. Okay, Blaine. Way to start.
Well, then the weather gets bad. You see, it's nice and sunny. It's a warm, very enjoyable day in Jacksonville. It doesn't stay that way.
All right, Bengals fake the punt. Cedric Pearman, 48 yards.
A little trickery.
Down to the Jaguars, 18-yard
Obviously
line.
something they saw on film during the week.
Yes.
4 plays later, it was second and goal for Marvin Lewis. Andy Dalton's got a little play action of his own, rolling to his left.
You know, I really like
Chris Presley touchdown.
Yeah, I really like Andy Dalton. You know, a kid that had a great rookie season now is bouncing back and having an even better sophomore season. But it helps when you have a stellar receiver in A.J. Green.
Yeah. Bengals up 17-10. There is A.J. Green. Touchdown.
A.J. with 117 yards receiving. Big play.
Yeah, he is.
Big play waiting to happen.
6 catches for those Bucs 17, 24-10 Cincinnati. 4 Jaguars possessions later. Blaine Gabbert, Geno Atkins.
How about that? 6 sacks of Gabbert today. Pass rush, just too much.
Geno Atkins had 5 sacks on his own.
Unbelievable. He had one other 5 sacks.
Charles Johnson had 5 sacks in the
Cincinnati, top of the AFC
Carolina
North.
game. Cincinnati sitting there at 3-1. That's 3 victories in a row after the tough open to the season against Baltimore. The Jaguars and the Bears. Blaine Gabbert, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception heading into this game.
Well, that number is going to go north.
Second quarter, game tied at 3. Gabbert looking to his second-year wide receiver, Cecil Shorts.
Nice
One-handed catch, 34-yard
Help
gain.
the quarterback out.
Nice grab.
Not a bad throw, but yeah, well thrown by Blaine Gabbert also.
Shook Tim Jennings as well. Tim Jennings having a Pro Bowl caliber season.
Bears defense would dominate from there. Sacked by Corey Wooten, recovered by Julius Peppers.
This Bears start, this 4-1 start, I don't mean to give away what the outcome of this game, but the 4-1 start has been spearheaded by this Bears defense.
3-3 at halftime, 6-3 late in the third quarter. Picked off by Charles Tillman, thrown right to him. He takes it back 36 yards and it's 13-3.
Not only staring your receiver down, but a bad throw, too, right to the defender.
Saw that on Monday night. Charles Tillman taking one back for 6.
Jay Cutler now when it's 20-3. You know who he'd like to find. That's Brandon Marshall. 24 yards out. Got a couple of steps on Derek Cox. That's a touchdown.
That works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall, 12 catches today, I believe, for 120-some yards.
12 catches, $144, and the Bears score
more than
38 straight points.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Chicago improves to 4-1. Are they as good as that record would say?
In the NFC North right now, yes, they are. They've got some issues on offense they've got to clean up, but that defense right now is playing.
All eyes on Jay Cutler. How he goes, I think this team goes.
I use that as a forum to self-promote. So what? Maurice Jones-Drew and Blaine Gabbert both hurt in this game.
Those some little crutches, too.
But the Raiders kept shooting themselves in the foot. That was the figurative injury they suffered all day, and they're down by 7 with 3.5 minutes to go when that pass interference call on 4th and 10 essentially bailed the Raiders out. The game went into overtime in which Chad Henne, who hardly moved the ball after Gabbert went out, finds over the middle Josilio Hans Cecil Shorts, who stripped. And Shorts had a touchdown earlier in the day from Gabbert, and that put Oakland right in the wheelhouse of Seabass. And this would wrap it up in overtime. He's a distinguished alumni. 26-23.
Jaguars and the Packers. If I own Maurice Jones-Drew in fantasy, I'm seeing this shot and saying he's not playing anytime soon. Meanwhile, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson also did not dress for the game. Well, they dressed. They just didn't play and wear pads. I mean, it's not like they were naked on the sidelines. First quarter, Packers trailing 3-zip. Aaron Rodgers rolling left, looking for Randall Cobb. One of the only few healthy guys I got left. Packers take a 7-3 lead. Aaron Rodgers, 152nd career touchdown, ties him with Bart Starr, second most in Packers history behind some guy named Favre. Second quarter, still 7-3 Packers, 4th and 9. Brian Anger's punt is blocked. Bob Francois kicks it into the end zone. It's like a rugby game. Pick it up, whistle, and what happened? Packers! Touchdown! Packers lead 14-3. Their first block punt for a touchdown since 1990. I was a sophomore in college the last time this happened. You see it again? The Lambeau leap. Aaron Rodgers saying, I didn't have to do anything on this. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Second quarter, Jaguars trailing 14-3. Blaine Gabbert looking for Rashad Jennings. Jennings starting in place of Maurice Jones-Drew goes for 24 yards. Jags settled for a field goal. They trailed 14-6. Take another look, though. Gabbert hit hard by Eric Walden, comes down on his injured shoulder. Gabbert grimacing in pain. This is the National Football League. Going to get hit like that sometimes. Ensuing Packers possession, buck 3 left in the half. Rodgers sacked by Andre Branch and fumbles. Branch gets the recovery. Sets up a 1st and 10 on the Packers' 13-yard line. 5 plays later, 21 seconds left in the half. Gabbert connects with offensive tackle Guy Whymper. When the world ends, it will not be a bang, but with Guy Whymper. Touchdown. He hauls in the... Look at that. Very Jumbo Elliott-esque. Jaguars would go for 2, but not get it. So they go into the half trailing 14-12. Third quarter, Jaguars trailing 14-12 still. Gabbert gets sacked by Morgan Burnett for a 15-yard loss. He fumbles the ball, but it bounces right back to him. A fortuitous is what my dad would say. Very fortuitous that the ball bounced back to him. That's like his favorite word. Jaguars would have to punt. Packers get the ball back, 4th and 6 in their 37. Mason Crosby lines it for the field goal, but the fake is on. Tim Mistay, we know how dangerous he can be. He takes the snap and heaves the ball downfield, looking for DJ Williams. But it falls incomplete. Jaguars take over on downs. After a play like that, you don't deserve a first down. It took like 45 seconds for the play to develop. Fourth quarter now, Packers still leading 14-12, 2nd and goal. Rodgers looking for Donald Driver. Yes, he's still in the league, and he's got a touchdown. Packers take a 21-12 lead. I was waiting to see Antonio Freeman catch a pass at some point because they're down to only a couple healthy receivers. 4:33 left in the game. Jaguars trailing 21-15. 2nd and 1 in the Jaguars' 32. Gabbert connects with Rashad Jennings, who breaks tackles for an 18-yard gain. Here come the Jags. Could this be an upset? 4 plays later, 2:59 left to go. 4th and 4 in the Packers' 44th. Gabbert throws to Justin Blackman, but Blackman was not where the ball was. Miscommunication is what we say in the National Football League. Packers take the ball back. They kick a field goal to ice it. They win it by the final of 24-15. Rodgers a buck 86 and 2 touchdowns.
All right, it's time for our very first highlight of the day. We told you one game is final, the Lions and the Jaguars. Calvin Johnson active after missing practice with a left knee injury. And Matthew Stafford only found Tony Scheffler 2 times today. Nice job of looking down the middle and coming back. An excellent piece of footwork there by Scheffler.
I'd like to see Tony celebrate this because, as we know, he's on the all-celebration team.
With hideous celebration.
No doubt. That's what makes them so good. They're so bad, they're good. But look at that. Very calm.
Calvin Johnson, that catch right there led to a field goal. But Calvin Johnson was big today, over 100 yards.
Literally.
I think he's always big,
literally
right?
and figuratively.
Still has not been on the receiving end of a Matthew Stafford touchdown pass.
What week is this?
That's crazy.
What week
this
is
their
this?
8th game.
Unbelievable.
He did have 7 catches, 129 yards, averaging a little over 18 yards per catch, which is not too bad.
He had 11 touchdown catches at this point last year. How about that? Now, with that said, this was a very efficient effort from the Lions offense today.
3rd down and 8 here, picking up the 3rd down. That's a perfect pass. He almost got in. Thought about getting in.
You're what, 6'5", 315-pound wide receiver? You got to just drag him in, don't you?
He must not have himself on his own fantasy team.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Mikael LaSure would score to make it 14-0, and he was big today as well. 16 carries, 70 yards.
Huge.
How about that balance from the Lions? We never really think of this offense and think of balance, but today 285 through the air, 149 on the ground.
I'm not sure they've had the ability to be balanced.
That's right.
Best always being out with the head concussion issues, but this team now, Joyce Bell stepping up as well.
The Jaguars have not been really that balanced.
No.
Looking for Justin Blackman, picked off by Eric Coleman.
Well, they show balance because they've been equal opportunity bad throwing it and running it.
That's
so I guess that
balance.
would be balance, wouldn't it?
Let's see, different kind of balance.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert there, and that's interception not on him. Off of Rashad Jennings. Picked off by Jonte Green, return 18 yards to the 38.
Any chance that this Lions team's now making a run? You feeling it, Heath?
You know, I don't know. When you look at their schedule on the way out, I'm just not sure this team is disciplined or tough enough to get it done.
Fourth quarter, Lions on top 24-8. Joik Bell.
Ooh. Hey, look sweet. I just don't advise it. Keep your feet on the ground, young fella.
Chris
Or at the
Brzezinski.
very least, invest in a cup. Because, I mean, that's a very dangerous move.
If Cox would have been one step closer, yeah, he might have needed a cup.
Looks pretty when it works out, though. Very next play. Joik Bell, is he going to leave his feet? Well, he ends up in the end zone. We know that much. Lions up 31-8 at that point, and an easy win in Jacksonville. They didn't have to wait to the fourth quarter to pull this one out.
Somebody told them it was actually
It's okay to
to
lead.
score points in the first half.
Right. You don't have to come from behind.
That's right.
The Lions, no issues, 31-14, and Jacksonville still just one victory. They fall to 1-7.
A freshly shorn Andrew Luck, by the way, one of about 36 Colts who shaved their heads in support of head coach Chuck Pagano, who was no doubt watching at home, his leukemia in remission, probably didn't like what he saw on this play. Luck picked off by Aaron Ross, but, and there's a but, Andre Branch hit him noggin to noggin. So the play is nullified and the Colts drive is alive as we turn the page to the second quarter. And a big play here by the league's leading receiver, Reggie Wayne, on the receiving end of the 21-yard Luck pass. And the Colts have a first down at the Jacksonville 8. And 2 plays later, they have a touchdown. No options available for Andrew Luck, so he just takes it in himself. And he celebrates Gronkowski style, kind of. Doesn't really seem to want to hurt the football there, though. But his dad likes it. A high five in the stands from Oliver Luck. Would have loved to have seen his reaction to this play. Luck going deep to Donnie Avery, who goes next level. Just crazy, that catch. Just over Aaron Ross, sort of in position to make a play there. Doesn't instead. 44-yard gain, and the Colts are in the red zone, threatening once again. And once again, it is going to be Andrew Luck taking it in on the ground. 4th and 1. It's hard to tell, really, if he does get it in. It's ruled a touchdown on the field. It looks like he loses the ball in the air, but he gains control and seemingly gets the nose of the ball across the plane. There is no official review, so the touchdown stands, and Mike Mularkey does not like that. He picks up an unsportsmanlike penalty there. Jags don't do anything with their next possession, so we pick it up with the Colts' next possession where the Jaguars do something. DeJuan Landry with the pick here. Luck hit as he throws. Landry laterals to Chris Brzezinski for a little extra yardage, and who's there to make the tackle there? The future of their franchise going in to make a hit. And he gets a pat on the head on the sideline, not an earful. They can't afford for him to get hurt, Chris.
No, well, in the third quarter, Blaine Gabbert, speaking of hurt, he injured his non-throwing shoulder in this game. Here, his throwing shoulder not so good. Picked off by Darius Butler, his first INT since 2009 when he was with the Pats. Indy had forced just 3 turnovers coming into this game. They got 3 on Thursday Night Football. In the fourth, Luck did so much damage with his legs in this game, looking for another first down, and here comes Landry. Goes up high, and here comes the laundry on Landry. And afterward, a nice little move of class. As Landry said during one of the commercial breaks, he came over and said, listen, I didn't mean it. All is well, and all is well for that team as they improved to 6-3 overall. They tripled their win total from a year ago. Andrew Luck now has twice as many wins as Peyton Manning did in the 98 season.
Now, this one didn't look great on paper heading in, but it looked good with the highlights. Matt Schaub was in for a fight against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I was shocked when I saw the score in the first half.
First quarter.
Shocked.
Blaine Gabbert, play action, sacked by Danielle Manning. Fumbles, Tim Dobbins recovers.
So far, this is the way it's supposed to look. Houston with a 7-zip lead, and that defense getting after the opposing quarterback, knocking Blaine Gabbert out of the game.
Hit hard on the right arm, and it's going to be Chad Henne's ball game from here on out. Next Jaguars drive, still trailing 7-0. Justin Blackmon had a monster afternoon, over 200 yards receiving, 63 yards right here.
You know, I saw this kid in the preseason, and I thought he was going to start the season off better than he did this year because he is a tough guy to, not only catching the ball, he has strong hands, runs great routes, but he's also tough after the catch.
Mercedes Lewis touchdown would tie the game at 7. Now it's Chet Henne looking for Cecil Shorts and finding him.
Cecil is off.
67-yard Jacksonville touchdown.
You know, the backside of a blitz, when the corner is manned up by himself, he has to make a sure tackle because there's no one over top of him to be the line of defense to slow down a guy. He does like this just happened. He misses him.
Chad Henne came out throwing today, played well.
He did not complete 50% of his passes.
He did not, but
he threw for 354 yards. Look at that, Justin Blackman.
And 4 touchdowns with 0 interceptions.
Like I was saying, this kid after the catch is tough to bring down.
Look, I mean, you take nothing away from what Jacksonville did. You just get the sense that Houston team was sleepwalking a bit. They were coming off an emotional win over Chicago the Sunday night before. They've got Detroit in Detroit on Thanksgiving Day.
Matt Schaum says, Chad Henne, you've got 354 yards, but I've got 16 active tight ends, and that's Garrett Graham. Game tied at 34, and Matt Schaum threw for 527 yards.
Say what?
527.
You know what we call that, Tom?
That's a big day.
That's half a stack.
Half a stack.
Half a stack.
You know what else
half a
had a
stack.
big day? Andre Johnson, 14 catches for 273. Wow. So he sees Justin Blackman's 7 for 236 and raises him 14 for 273.
Why did I trade him for my fantasy team?
5 seconds left in the game. Shane Graham, 42-yard field goal up and in, but penalty on the play. Uh-oh. That's Antoine Caldwell, called for a false start.
Cheating.
So now it's a 47-yard field goal that would win the game.
Wow.
That's not even close.
Wow.
Let's go to overtime.
Let's do it. A little extra.
In overtime, Texans on top 37-34. 4th down and 10 for Jacksonville from the Houston 49-yard line. You don't have a play for 4th and 10, do you?
I do.
How about 15 yards to Justin Blackman?
That's what it looks like.
Led to a Josh Scobie 33-yard field goal, and we are all tied at 37.
More than a little surprised that this Texan defense is struggling with this Jacksonville offense.
Matt Schaub struggling right there, puts it on the fingertips of Derek Cox. Taking back 16 yards to the Texans' 47.
William and Mary product. There it is.
They're really
William and Mary.
the William and Mary.
Well, I tell you, you think we're not in the league and we still there.
What's the William and Mary mascot?
Tried.
Okay.
Not plural. Just tried.
Gotcha.
4th down and 10. Looking for Justin Blackman. Almost intercepted by Daniel Manning.
You know what happened there? And I think that hit Daniel Manning in a very difficult spot.
Well, he didn't catch it.
I know.
But Andre Johnson catches this, and he is gone.
Game winner.
And that's how it ends. 45 yards, Schaub to Johnson, and the Texans win 43-37.
Again, I think the Houston Texans have to feel blessed that they got out of this game with a win. It just was a letdown. They were flat on defense, offensively. Fortunately, they came to play, and they answered everything the Jacksonville Jags had to offer. But Matt Schaub, look at that. Tied second most in single game. Wow. Performance in NFL history. And Andre Johnson getting after it as well.
Titans and the Jaguars, Chris Johnson, 561 yards rushing in his last 4 games. Chad Henne, 4 touchdowns in relief of Blaine Gabbert last week. First quarter, Jaguars ball trailing 3-zip, 2nd and 10. Henne finds Justin Blackman, who's been waiting for this quarterback change to explode. 21 yards in the first down to the Titans' 44-yard line. 7 plays later, 3rd and goal at the 1. It's Rashad Jennings, who goes in from 1 yard out. Halftime score, Jaguars lead at 7-6. Third quarter now, Jaguars ball, same score, 3rd and 7 from their own 41-yard line. Henne looking for Cecil Shorts, and this is what Cecil Shorts does. Makes people miss and get into the end zone. 59-yard touchdown, Jags lead at 14-6. Cecil Shorts, CSI 3, I think is his nickname. Ensuing Titans drive, Jake Locker looking for Damian Williams along the sideline. 27 yards in the first down lead to a Rob Baronis 39-yard field goal. Titans now trailing 14-9. 4th quarter, Titans ball, still the same score. Locker completes the Damian Williams in the corner of the end zone. It's a touchdown. No, it's ruled no catch. Titans head coach Mike Munchak challenges the call on the field. Take another look. Williams couldn't get both feet down. Ruling on the field stands. It would be another Baronis field goal, which would make the score 14-12. Jaguars get the ball back. Henne hits Cecil Shorts again for 23 more yards. Another 15 yards tacked on for roughing the passer. It's first down, Cecil. 5 plays later, 2nd and goal from the 7. Henne in the shotgun hits Justin Blackman, who barrels his way into the end zone. Jaguars lead it 21-12. Suddenly, this Jaguars offense is a potent passing game. Titans get the ball now, 2nd and 1. Chris Johnson takes the handoff, and he picks up 31 yards out of bounds at the 5. Next play, 1st and goal from the 6. Jake Locker from the gun finds Kenny Britt, corner of the end zone. That cuts the lead to 21-19. Next Titans drive, same score, 2nd and 10 from their own 37. 2:55 remaining. Jake Locker looking for Jared Cook. Instead, it's tipped. Dwight Lowry, the former Jet, returns at 21 yards down to the Titans' 36-yard line. The Jags hang on to win by the final score of 24-19. Locker, 260, a touchdown and 2 picks. Chad Henne, 260, 2 touchdowns and a pick in the victory for Jacksonville. Jaguars, Bills, Ryan Fitzpatrick 4 touchdown passes away from passing Jack Kemp for 3rd most in franchise history. Yeah, but could he legislate like Kemp? We'll see. First quarter Bills ball, Fitzpatrick looking for TJ Graham over the middle, and Graham gets down to the 1-yard line. Almost Jack Kemp. Leads to a 1-yard Fitzpatrick touchdown run. Bills up 7-0. Second quarter, Bills ball still leading 7-0. Fitzpatrick looking for Stevie Johnson. Instead finds Paul Beslusny. He returns at 5 yards to the Bills' 32. That would lead to a Josh Scobie field goal. Jaguars trail by the score of 7-3. 2 Jaguars possessions later, still trailing 7-3. 2nd and goal from the Bills 1. Chad Henne runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Chad Henne on the play action. Jacksonville takes the lead 10-7 in a driving rainstorm. Ensuing Bills drive trying to answer. Fitzpatrick looking over the middle. Scott Chandler got it for the 11-yard touchdown. Bills take a 14-10 lead. So now it's the Jaguars' turn. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Chad Henne, got to remember the football, Chad. Stripped and recovered by Mario Williams at the Jaguars' 14. Would lead to a Ryan Lindell 29-yard field goal. Bills up 17-10 at halftime. Third quarter now. Bills ball leading 17-10. Fitzpatrick looking for Stevie Johnson on the sideline. Johnson's got it for a 13-yard touchdown. See, 13-13. Stevie Johnson hasn't been in the end zone in a while, but still, he remembers how to dance. 24-10, Bills lead. Fourth quarter now, Bills ball. Where is C.J. Spiller? Why is he not in this highlight? Well, you'll see just right now. Fred Jackson had a 100-yard day, and here's C.J. Spiller. Streaks down the sideline. 44 yards later, he is in the end zone. Bills lead at 34-10. They go on to win it by the final of 34-18. Cecil Shorts had a touchdown before leaving the game with an injury. Jets and the Jaguars. How did the Jets reward Greg McElroy for last week's victory? He's inactive because the Jets wanted to activate an extra running back. Tim Tebow is active and named a game day captain. Mark Sanchez getting the start after being benched against the Cardinals. Let's see. I'm thinking a run-heavy game. Second quarter, no score. Jets 3rd and 5 at their own 42. Mark Sanchez looking for Stephen Hill, incomplete, but in obvious pain. Hill injured on the play. Watch again. The Jets' 2012 second-round pick. His knee just buckles. Derek Cox called for pass interference. Stephen Hill would leave and not return. 3 plays later, Sanchez sacked by Jason Babin and fumbles. Babin recovers the 43-yard line. The Jags would take the lead and the Josh Scobie 31-yard field goal. Jets next drive, still trailing 3-0, 2nd and 9. Sanchez hits Jeremy Curley, and Jeremy Curley coughs it up. It's ex-Jet Dwight Lowry. Returns it for a touchdown. My goodness, are we going to see Tim Tebow? Wait, hang on. Play would be reviewed. All turnovers are reviewed. Watch again. Curley actually makes contact with Dwight Lowry, thus he is down by contact. Good call by the officials right there. Jaguars would eventually punt, but they did lead 3-0 at the half. Boy, Jets, they're in some barn burners lately, aren't they? Third quarter, Jets still trailing 3-zip. 1st and 10, their own 43. Sanchez looking for Chaz Schillens. Schillens has it for 10 yards. First down, Jets. 8 plays later. 2nd and goal at the Jaguars' 1-yard line. Sean Green, after nearly getting in the play before, powers his way in, his first rushing touchdown in the last 6 games. First Sanchez-led drive resulting in points in the last 18 drives. Jets take a 7-3 lead. Fourth quarter now, Jets leading 10-3. 1st and 10, the Jaguars 32. It's Bilal Powell. It was back and forth between Green and Powell all day, up the middle for 13 yards. First down, Jets. 4 plays later, it's a Bilal Powell drive. and he powers his way into the end zone. The Jets extend their lead to 17-3. Jaguars looking to make this one close. Trailing 17-3, second and 17 at the Jets' 32. It's Montel Owens. Look at Montel Owens. Who needs Maurice Jones-Drew? And he accelerates into the end zone. The Jags trail 17-10 with 7 minutes left to go. 3 Jaguars drives later. Yeah, I know that no one could kill the clock in this one. Chad Henne hits Jordan Shipley for 28 yards on 4th and 15. Jags would spike it with 43 seconds left to go. 4 plays later, 4th and 2. Chad Henne hits Kevin Elliott for 7 yards as Ellis Lankster tries to go for the pick. Not exactly what Rex Ryan had in mind there, so it's first down Jaguars. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10. Chad Henne looking for Kevin Elliott again, except this time Ellis Lankster holds onto the ball. Jets win 17-10. They are now within a game of the playoffs. Who would have thunk it? Jaguars and Dolphins, the Henne Bowl. Chad Henne spent his first 4 seasons with the Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Miami, after starting mediocre, they've lost 5 of their last 6. Second quarter, Dolphins ball. Game is tied at 3 apiece. Ryan Tannehill gets sacked by Jason Babin. Ball is knocked loose. Tyson Alualu recovers for the Jaguars at the Dolphins' 20. Jaguars ball. This is the kind of day it was in South Florida. Next play, 1st and 10 from the Dolphins' 20. Chad Henne. Justin Blackmon down the sideline for the 20-yard touchdown, but hang on a second. Penalty on the play. There is no touchdown. Watch it again. Guy Wimper is called for the illegal substitution. Did not check in as an eligible receiver. Normally that's the first thing you do. Hey, official, I'm eligible. Didn't happen. Jags would not score on the drive. They would get stopped on 4th and 1. Ending this drive not with a bang, but with a whimper. Oh, it was right there for me. Ensuing Dolphins drive, game still tied at 3. Reggie Bush takes the handoff, gets 11 yards. Ball now down at the Jaguars' 6. 2 plays later, 2nd and goal at the 4. Tannehill looking for the immortal Javorsky Lane in the end zone for the touchdown. Dolphins lead 10-3 at the half. Third quarter, Dolphins still leading 10-3. 1st and 10, their own 28. Reggie Bush takes his handoff around the right side. We thought we would see a lot more of this season, but at least we're seeing it here. 53 yards later, Reggie Bush. This would lead to a 30-yard Dan Carpenter field goal. The Dolphins would take a 13-3 lead. Still 13-3 Dolphins. They have the ball 2nd and 7 on their own 43-yard line. Ryan Tannehill out of the pocket and scrambles. Says, Reggie makes it look so easy. Look at Tannehill evading tacklers. He gets 30 yards on the play. 31-yard field goal by Dan Carpenter would make it 16-3. Fourth quarter now, Jaguars still trailing 16-3, 4th and 1. Montel Owens is the go-to guy in the backfield. This is the season it's been for Jacksonville. He gets stopped. Dolphins take over on downs. Jason Trusnick on the stop from Ohio Northern University. Dolphins ball still 16-3. Tannehill, play action. Anthony Fasano, the 2-yard touchdown. The Dolphins lead 24-3, and that is your final. Tannehill, 220 and 2 touchdowns in the victory. Patriots and the Jaguars. Pats looking to bounce back after their first December loss in over 2 years. This one a lot closer than people thought it would be. Opening Patriots drive, they're trailing 7-0. Brady looking for Stephen Ridley, but he can't hold it. It's tipped and picked off by Chris Krasinski. Would lead to a 41-yard Josh Scobie field goal, put the Jaguars up 10-0. Next Patriots drive, same score. Brady throws right seam. Huma Nawanui for 32 yards, but that's not why we show you that. Take a look at Tom Brady. Brady gets hit on the right hand by Jason Babin. He tries to shake it off. It led to a Patriots field goal. They would trail by the score of 10-3. Next Patriots drive, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Brady, let's see how the hand is. Looking deep over the middle for Brandon Lloyd. Instead, it's picked off. Derek Cox steps in front. Jaguars take over their own 26th, second straight game with 2 picks for Brady. Ensuing Jaguars drive, first play. Chad Henne throws short left to Montel Owens, and there he goes. 53 yards later, no, we will stop calling him Montel Williams or Montel Jordan. He has made a name of his own. That led to a 35-yard Scobie field goal, put the Jaguars up 13-3. Second quarter now, Patriots trail 13-6. 2nd and 10 from the Jaguars 14. Brady looking to Danny Woodhead, who stays up. gets into the end zone, the 14-yard touchdown. That ties the game at 13. Third quarter, Patriots lead 16-13. Brady looking deep for Wes Welker. Welker had a huge game. He makes a great grab for 25 yards down to the Jaguars 17. Looked like that play that Welker dropped in the Super Bowl against the Giants. Fourth quarter, same drive, 5 plays later, 3rd and goal from the 2. Brady back to Welker. Into the end zone, 2-yard touchdown. Pats up by 10. But this Jaguars team has no quit in them. Here's their next drive, 3rd and 5 from their own 40. Henne looking for Justin Blackmon. 18 yards, picks up the first down. Down to the Patriots 42. That would lead to a field goal. So it's 23-16. Next Jaguars drive. Henne sacked by Dante Hightower for a 5-yard loss. They're going to have to go for it. 4th and goal from the 10. Henne back to pass. He gets hit. Pass is tipped, picked off by Patrick Chung. The 7th red zone takeaway of the year leads the NFL. Patriots take over on their own 14 after a penalty brings it back. So the Patriots trying to run the clock out here. 3rd and 7 from their own 37. Brady is sacked. He loses 10 yards, so the Pats punt. The Jaguars have one last chance. 3rd and 10 from the Pats 13. Henne throws it up for grabs, really up for grabs. Patrick Chung comes down with it, and they hold on to win 23-16. Brady, 267 with 2 touchdowns to go with those 2 picks. Jaguars and the Titans in the battle for NFL draft position. Jaguars have won 3 of the last 4 games against the Titans. Jake Locker, Chad Henne getting the starts on Sunday. First quarter, no score, Titans ball. 1st and 10, their own 47. Locker hits Lavelle Hawkins streaking down the right side. 42 yards down to the Jags 11. 3 plays later, warning, this is a Chris Johnson red zone carry. A Chris Johnson red zone carry. Don't get too many of those. And CJ 2K is in the end zone for the touchdown. Titans lead 7-0. Ensuing Jaguars drive, trailing 7-zip. 3rd and 4, the Titans 5. Henne looking for Jordan Shipley, who's in the end zone. That ties the game at 7. Second quarter now, Jaguars ball. It is still 7 apiece. 3rd and 10 on the Titans 30-yard line. Ched Henne looking for Justin Blackmon, who has really come on the last few weeks. 35 targets in his last 3 games. Gets it in the middle of traffic, and there he goes. 30-yard touchdown for Blackmon. Jaguars lead at 14-7. He's going to be a big comer for next season. 3 Jags possessions later, still up 14-7. Henne looking for Mercedes Lewis. Picked off by Zach Brown, who goes 79 yards, and Chad Henne, it's falling out of the picture. Touchdown. Game is tied at 14 apiece. Next time Jaguars get the ball, they're punting after a 3-and-out. Brian Anger punts to Darius Reynaud. And there he goes on the right sideline. Same thing, down the sideline. Where's Chad Henne? Oh, no, he's not on the punt team. That's right. Titans lead at the half, 21-14. I like the layup. If you can't dunk it, just lay it up. Very good. Good fundamentals on the reaction. Third quarter now, Jaguars punting. They are trailing 21-14, as you see. It's Anger again. It's Darius Reynaud again. And this time, reverses field, down the left sideline. And there he goes. Great block right there. And he is gone for the touchdown, 81 yards. Chad Henne again, I forget he's not on the punt team. Watch again, great reversal of field. And then he gets that huge block where he could be taken out right there. It's his 2nd touchdown of the day. And look at the Titans up 28-14. Jaguars trying one last gasp here. Henne looking for Tony Clemens. Ball gets tipped off, picked off by Zach Brown. And there he goes, 30 yards for a touchdown. It's his 2nd pick 6 of the day. Titans lead 35-14. Hope you played them in fantasy if you were playing a championship week 17. 38-20 is your final.